Right, good morning. Unfortunately, no fishing for me today, but I have got a couple of hours spare, which means I'm going to be doing some prep. Now, I've got some hook lead to tie, and more importantly, I've got some feeder links to make. And I thought that would be a good opportunity to pop on, show you guys how I make my feeder links. I've had a few questions about that lately, as evidenced here. On the last video we did over on the New Fish YouTube channel up at Dam Flask, a few people asking about feeder links. Now, I'm not going to go through all the benefits and everything of feeder links today. There's a lot of better anglers than me on YouTube who will extol the benefits of feeder links to you. I just want to show you how I create them and how I go about making them to the size that I want. Right, so we're at the bench now, ready to tie the feeder link, and this is what you're going to need. Some braid. I think this is some old 012 whiplash braid that I used to use for spinning. Any braid will do really, as long as it's between 010 and 016. Something really supple but also really strong. This is never going to break in a million years, so that's what you want. A pair of scissors, a loop tire, diamond eye swivel, that's a size 10, snap swivel, nice and strong, and a tape measure. So, actually tying the link. Take a nice long piece of braid. Don't make life hard for yourself, don't be tight. Nice long piece of braid, and we're going to tie this to the diamond eye swivel using a Palomar knot. So, a Palomar knot is a super strong knot that you can use for anything with an eye on it, for tying swivels, etc. And all you do is you're going to put the swivel onto the line, and then pass the line back through again, so you've got a nice doubled up piece of line, as you can see, hopefully, on there. So the swivel sliding on a piece of doubled up line. Then we're going to create an overhand loop, knot, pass that through, and rather than just tie that down, we're going to pass the loop that you've got back over the swivel, like so. Tighten that down, obviously always moisten your knots. Can't today because the camera's in the way. And that is a super strong knot that's never ever going to fail. Chop that off nice and tight, and we've now got a swivel on our piece of braid. Now we're going to offer that up to the tape measure. I like to set this at about 3.5 inches because with the swivels involved that ends up with about a 4-inch feeder link. So you can see that's at 3.5 inches. That's where we're going to form the loop. And all I'm going to do now is just form another overhand loop in that piece of line. Get the loop tire in that loop, twist it twice, and push the loop over the little doobly whacker. It's hard work when you've got a camera in the way. Like that, tighten it down. And again, trim that off nice and tight. And you've now got a diamond eye swivel on a piece of braid with a loop on the end. Then all we're going to do is get your snap swivel, pass that loop through the eye, and in a lasso style, pass that loop back over the swivel, tighten that up over the barrel, and as you can see, that is the finished job. Measure that up against your tape and you'll see that that is bang on 4 inches. And every time you do it, it's going to be exactly the same length, beautiful and uniform. So there you go, that's how I do it. I've experimented with different knots and different ways of doing it, and the method I've just shown you is the one that I've settled on. I find it gives me uniform length feeder links every time. I tie them up in 2-inch, 3-inch and 4-inch for different applications. Hopefully some of you have found this helpful and or interesting. Give them a go, give them a try. Any other questions, give me a shout and I'll try and help you out.